Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today is August 15th, 2026, and I just finished up week 2 of my Sisterlock consulting course. So let's talk about it. If you want to get caught up on the beginning of this series, please make sure to go check those videos out. It is in a playlist that this same video should be in. Week 2 started off really strong. There was a mid-course check-in, because remember, this course is only 4 weeks long. This was a live Zoom class. It was 3 hours long. It actually went a little bit over, closer to 3.5 hours, but they went over the coursework that we've been doing online in a very thorough way. So that way they make sure we understood the concepts and all the different things that we're learning about in the online course. And just to also make sure that we are paying attention, that we are taking the information and digesting it well before we get to our in-person class at the end of the month, which is about 2 weeks away now. A large part of our course was talking about our mannequin head and how they understand that the mannequin head does have uneven pores and that it's not perfect. So they don't expect our parting, our sectioning, they don't expect that stuff to be perfect, because they already know that it can't be, just based off the fact that the mannequins are already made the way that they're made, and they know that we can't control that. So they don't expect perfection. They just expect for us to do our absolute best when it comes to the sectioning and parting. We were already informed of what we needed to do before we came to the Zoom meeting, in terms of what our mannequin head needed to look like, so that we could show the instructors, we can get feedback, and then they could kind of help us along the way before we get to our in-person class. Because when we get to the in-person class, they don't want to be going over things that take away from the time that we have there, because we only have about 16 hours. I believe it's 8 hours the first day and 8 hours the second day. So they want to make sure that as much of the coursework is completed, so that they're not having to repeat themselves, and that we can really jump into what we need to jump into when we get to the in-person class. So if you are interested in taking the Sisterlock course at some point, you will definitely need to have all of your things before you get to week 2, because your mannequin head needs to be already kind of sectioned and parted for your mid-course check-in. But some of the other things that you're going to need, which they definitely will tell you about, is you need to have all different kinds of clamps. And I just went ahead and bought this off of Amazon. This has some rat tail combs, which you're definitely going to need for parting. It has clips that are of different sizes. So these are the larger sizes. And then it also has some smaller ones as well, like this. And then you also want to have some small rubber bands and larger ones as well, just to help with your sectioning. So these are all the things that I made sure to purchase as soon as I got registered into the course, so that I could be ready. Another thing, if you don't already have at home, is a detangling brush. I already had this one, so I did not have to purchase this, but it came in handy when it came to sectioning the mannequin's hair. This is human hair, so it acts just like human hair. I was able to brush it out, detangle it, and then start my sections. These are things I had to purchase outside of purchasing the course. I did have to get my mannequin head, as well as my clips, combs, and all that other stuff. This is what my mannequin head looks like now. I did get feedback from the trainer that told me that I needed to straighten out a couple of the sections and just fix some stuff to make sure that it is following the Sisterlock method to a T, okay? If it is not done the exact way that they are teaching us, it is not the standard way, and we will not be able to be certified if we are not following everything specifically to the way that we're being taught. So Sisterlock course, the Sisterlock method, this trademark method, they do not play about, honey, okay? If you are 1 centimeter off, it's not standard. We also talked about the fact that every install will look different. So you can follow the standard method, but every head will look different based upon the shape of someone's head, the width of someone's head, the density of their hair, all of the different nuances, whether they have moving scalp and things of that nature. So we did discuss all of the nuances that can come up when it comes to doing an install, a consultation, or installing, new locks in someone's head. But you just have to follow the standard procedures and practices of the Sisterlock method. And in order to be certified, you have to do this method very, very specifically and be able to show that you understand the Sisterlock method and that you are following it, so that you can become a Sisterlock consultant. I am about 95% done with my online coursework. I have really been putting in the time because I know that I'm going to be starting work soon. I have been laid off for the past 6 months, but I have been putting all of my energy into getting back into a corporate job. So that way I can have a main source of income. And then as I start to build my clientele for micro locks and sister locks, I can have that on the side until it becomes the kind of business that I don't need a corporate job from. That is my ultimate goal. But I've been making sure that I get all my coursework done so that way I can not have to be balancing so many things at one time when I do start work. So that was week 2. For week 3, it will be pretty light because I'll be done with my coursework. I'm literally going to finish the rest of my coursework today. The next time I make an update will likely be after the in-person class at the end of August. So look out for that video and I will share what that was like and share my mannequin head because we are going to be actually installing locks during that time period. So I'm really excited to give you guys that update.